What's going on? This is Jason from Glitch in the System, and today we're going to do another episode of exploratory testing. Today I'm feeling a little hungry, so let's do Cava. All right, hang tight. You know the rules. 15 minutes. Find as many bugs as I can. Let's go. Okay, so let's start this off. Let's just take a look around here. Never been to Cava. It looks pretty good. I heard it's like a Mediterranean version of Chipotle. Very yellow kind of color scheme here. Their site kind of has like a retro, kind of like 70s, 80s nostalgic kind of feel to it with the colors and image quality that they have chosen. Standard homepage where you can kind of see a few of the things. Let's go ahead and open up the inspector here so we can see what's going on while we do things, just in case we find any errors. Let's look at the menu. At the top, they got some food items. So I guess this top area is a suggestion of what you might want to order. And they have a carousel here. And then below that, we have a little sub menu. Oh, that's kind of ugly. So they have a sub menu that just drops you down to a different part of the page. You get motion sickness, probably not great. Some pretty fast transition there from the top of the page to the bottom. But let's take a look at what they got. So bowls, 2 rows of bowls. This here, I guess it's a different version of bowls. Don't quite understand it. It's kind of weird how they designed it. So they got items to buy, and then this, to me, like if I was on any other website, this looks like advertising, but I know it's not because this is just going into their build your own bowls. You can see at the links at the bottom, this one goes to build your own grains bowls. This one goes to build your own salad bowls. This one goes to grains bowls, and none of that kind of syncs up with this. So I guess these are preset items that you can just order or you can build your own. Let's go back to this build your own in a little bit here. Let's take a look at what they got. So next section is pitas, same kind of thing. Choose whatever pita you want, and then they got this little build your own for the pitas. Kids meal, you only got one option there. Drinks, they wanted to show a picture of every single drink, which is interesting. And then they got the sides all the way down here. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of these things. They really look like ads on here, especially as like sign up for rewards. You can get the Cava app, but whatever. That's design choices, I guess. Gifting opens a new tab here. So you can see it went to a different domain. So this is CavaMyGuestAccount.com, and then this is Cava.com. So I guess they have a site just for their gift cards, and it's very bland and vanilla, and I'm not a fan of this kind of off-white on top of the white. Let's see, select gift card value. So 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. Enter your own value. You enter a value, it clears out the value here. The site is pretty bland and generic. Must be numeric. Which field is it complaining about? So is it not like decimals? So if I put 500, went too far. Go away, Grammarly. Cancel order. Okay, so let's do 5, continue, and nothing happened there. So I guess we're starting here with the bugs. Let's just start over again. Basically, I want to get back to ground zero. The starting point of this page is that there's a value pre-selected in this dropdown, and then there's an empty field here that you can put your own value in. So I guess if you leave it like that, hit continue, you get taken to the next step of the order form here. I'm going to cancel that order. If I put a value in here, so let's say like 5, and click out of the box, you can see that the value drop down is now cleared out. If I hit continue, okay, that time it took it. The first time that I did it, it did not take it though. So I'm going to click 500, click out, and continue. That works fine. Let's try that 99 cents again. Okay, so it must be at least $5. Let's try 0.99, continue. Okay, there we go. So it must be numeric. I guess I can add like 1.99. That might work. A couple problems here. First thing is that when you select something or you enter some text in, and if you hit continue, that works. But if you just enter text into this box, so let's say 5, and then if I try to hit continue, the first thing that happens is that it clears out the value. It didn't actually take me to the next step like it did with when I selected 20. And then if I hit continue again, now it'll take me to the next step. There is something weird going on here. What they should do is just basically, if you put 5 in here and you hit continue, it should just send you right over. But instead they have some intermediate step where they want to clear out the value field before they hit continue. And that looks like kind of a hacky workaround. to kind of do this page because it doesn't look like they put a lot of effort in this page, as you can see. That's one issue. The other issue is that this error message is pretty dumb. Must be at least $5. This error message should be written like you're talking to a human. You know, use proper sentence casing to tell the user how to fix the problem. A better error message might be, please enter a value greater than $5. But saying must be at least $5 sounds informal, non-professional, and there's no period at the end, there's no capitalization. It's not like a really good sentence. This is kind of like how a developer would write for their logs, but this is not how you should display it for the user. Next thing was that if I don't put a number in front of the decimal, so it must be numeric, same thing. This is not accurate for the situation, so it's this I would expect to get the last error message, so you must enter a value greater than $5, but this says must be numeric, which doesn't make a lot of sense to the user. Throw an A in there. I already know that's not going to work. Let's just throw space in there, see what happens. Value is required, so they are trimming out the white space, but once again, error message is not great. And I select $5, and can I select that empty? So I wouldn't make it so that you can select the empty, because that's kind of a weird kind of thing. Because if you want them to select a value, then have them select a value. If they enter their own value, then you take that value. The logic should basically be that if they entered a value, use that, ignore it. They have a clickable image here that doesn't do anything but pop a spinner, and it's supposed to do some jQuery function, I guess. This is kind of dumb. It doesn't do anything, so why is it there? Saying pick a design when there's only one option, dumb, because you can't. You can see that they probably meant to have this be a kind of carousel, so there would be multiple dots, but they should honestly just clean all this stuff up. They have a language selector up here that is not useful because it only has one language, so why is it there? And then I don't know why it says preview down here. Maybe make this more clear that this is a preview. I don't know if you can see on the screen, there's a very light border here, and there's actually very light border all over the place. It's just like design wise, this is not a very good page. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this because I don't think good things are going to come out of this page if I keep on testing it. Let's click on one of these pre-made things. Once again, interesting design here. It gives you some calorie count, what it contains, all that stuff. You can just add it to the bag, or you can customize it. But if you customize it, you have to say where you want to get it from. Let's try Los Angeles, USC Village. Sure. Alrighty, so now they let you customize it. So this is going to look pretty similar to kind of like a Chipotle thing. This is typically not great. Why do they feel like this needs a scroll bar? So basically this happens when they put this section in a container, and the container is too small for the amount of items in it, which is totally unnecessary. This container should just overflow, and the scroll bar here, usually you don't want to see scroll bars within scroll bars. I think they could have did this better. Just made the whole page scroll, sidebar scroll along with whatever's going on here. It doesn't matter if this left side is scrolling. Anyways, let's go ahead and select stuff. So you've reached the max. You can only select one green, so you can't select more than one thing. Okay, I get it. Let's try to find romaine here, and I'm gonna remove it from there. Super grains, great grains, same kind of thing. You can only select one thing. Add extra grains. Sure, you can only add 2, I guess, so you can have up to 3 grains. The wording on the site could use some updates. Oh, so there's a tiniest little info bubble here. I don't know why they don't make this bigger so that you know it's there, because I almost missed it, but it's there. Some description of things. Okay, so it says select up to 3 dips. Select again to add multiple scoops. Let's try it out. You can do 1, 2, and 3, or you can do 2 and 1, so it's keeping track, or you can do 3. You can add extras, so I guess I can add 1 more scoop of this or that, but I can't get 2 more scoops of one thing, which doesn't make any sense. Interesting. So once you get to 3, if you click it one more time, clears everything, including what you did here. So that could lead to a annoying situation for customers, because they did all this work to click all these 5 things, and then you just cleared it out without telling them. What would be better is just put like a little plus and minus next to each one, and then calculate it. And then also you can see over here, traditional hummus. They don't really need to list it 3 different times. You can just say traditional hummus and then times 3, or do something better. And then you can see that it sticks it in here based on when I clicked it. So tzatziki, then hummus, then tzatziki. So So that's kind of sloppy. So like I said, these things should all be grouped together and then just put a number next to it that says 2 scoops or +2 or whatever, something to indicate that you're doing more than one. Let's go down here. So select 1 full portion or 2 half portions. Same kind of thing. And these kind of images are having, you can see that little wiggle. I'm struggling to click on these sometimes because it has this little, I don't know if it's just like something in the click area. See, sometimes it does that. Show what's going on there. You can see this one did kind of what I was saying. So it's like half. And then when you remove the other one, then it just says the regular. So they know how to do it, how to indicate that there's more or less of something. They're just not doing it on the other things for whatever reason. Let's add some extra mains. I guess these people don't like money because they don't let me select everything. It's up to you. Now I have like situations like half harissa honey chicken, but then I have harissa honey chicken and then half grilled chicken. I guess this is 1.5 chicken of this honey chicken and then half of that chicken, whatever. Like I said, it's all confusing, and looking at your order, it gets very confusing because things are just kind of stuck in there and not grouped according to kind of what they are. Since these things are grouped over here, greens, grains, dips, I would expect that same grouping over here on what you chose. So that way you can easily find it. So you can say, here's my greens, here's my grains, instead of just this random laundry list of when you clicked on things. Let's remove the arugula and then hit romaines. And that made no sense at all because the arugula was like all the way up here and then it just stuck it down here. Very confusing. And actually, I know why it did that, because where the romaine is, that's the bottom of just like the regular included items. All these things on these last 4 items are extras that I paid for. So if I add an extra dip, it's going to go on the bottom there, see? But if I change this tomato cucumber, so tomato cucumber, so you see another tomato cucumber showed up after the romaines. That's the line right there. They need to indicate that you're paying extra for certain things, because I might forget that I did this and I don't know why my bowl is now $28, which is pretty crazy for a bowl of food at a fast food place, 28 bucks. So continue on. So we got toppings, select your toppings. I guess you can select everything. I really don't like this 1, 2, and then clear kind of things. Like just let me add or subtract things. I don't want to do more clicks. You can only select 14 toppings. Why? So if you reach 14, and click a new item, you'll get this message. But if you click on an item that you've already selected, it'll clear it out. So even though the usual behavior is 1, 2, clear, when you reach max, it just does a clear at that point, which is not good and inconsistent. Like I said, look at this laundry list of stuff. They really need to organize this because I have no idea what I ordered. It looks like I ordered everything and maybe I want that, but maybe I don't. Let's see, dressings. You can only select 2 dressings. Can I select double dressing? Yep, light dressing. So why would I want double dressing and ask for light dressing? That makes no sense at all. Okay, so it does update the calories based on whether you get a normal portion versus light. So this also is clearing out this modifier here. So watch, I'll select this guy here. You can watch this 15 calorie thing. So 1, 2, and then clear, and it goes back to 30 calorie because it's reset the modifier back to this, which is not good. Also, I don't know why they need to clear out the modifier. Just show it all the time and then just remember what the user selected, because this 1, 2 clear thing is going to be really infuriating. It's like, I asked for my dressing on the side, but then they're gonna be like, no, you didn't. And then they probably did, but then the website kind of screwed them over. So you get a free pita on the side, I guess, for all this infuriating experience with the website. Or you can buy a pita for $2.25 and then you can buy all of these sides. I guess they only limit you to 1. If you want 2 bags of pita chips, you can't have it. You can only have 1. If you want 2 sides of pita, you can't have it. You can only have 1, which is very strange for a restaurant. They don't let you buy multiple quantities of things. It's like, what if I want 2 cookies? I can't buy 2 cookies. I can buy 1 of each cookie, but I can't buy 2 cookies. This is the most expensive order. Let's add this to bag. Let's see what happens. There's my order. And now that I'm out of that experience, I can choose quantities. So I guess you can choose up to 15 of everything. I guess I was wrong. You just have to do it on another step. And there's some like delay with this. Okay, I know what it is. I bet you when I click this add side pita, it's doing a network request. Yep, so it's doing a network request every time I do this add slide pita. That's why there's a delay, so I can't just click it again. Their network requests are pretty slow if adding 1 item to a cart takes that long. Let's say rename. Give it a name. I'm just going to start typing here. See when it tells me to stop. Name must be less than 50 characters. Why don't you just stop me at 50 characters then? Would be good. Instead of just giving me the warning. Name, I can do up to 15. Let's max this out. Okay. $900. Pretty reasonable for some food there. Okay, well, that's my 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You can see Cava has some things to improve on their website. Food looks good, but definitely could use some updates on the website to make it up to par. For example, when we did Chipotle, it was like 15 minutes. I couldn't find anything wrong with it, really. And Chipotle's site should be very similar to this site, how they do things, because it's basically the same kind of restaurant with the different spin on it. No reason why they can't have that same level of quality. But that's it. If there's another website that you want me to test, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will do my best to follow up. Otherwise, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, and see you next time.